So Baldur's Gate 3 has come out since around a week. Is the seventh most played game simultaneously on Steam ever, surpassing Cyberpunk 2077. And like the only other almost single player games are Lost Ark and Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a game that has sold 20 million copies. So imagine what being slightly behind this game means. Is the best rated game for PC ever, our history, our human history, right behind Disco Elysium. It's the best rated game of the year right now, but the score can still change because a lot of critics still have to review this game, and so this number could change. People are enjoying it a lot, are absolutely loving this game, but some devs are not so happy. Some devs are trying to, in my opinion, make excuses, saying that we shouldn't take this as a standard, and this is an anomaly. And I will show you now why this is wrong, why there is a way to make these games. It's actually very simple. You just need two things. And the reality is that after so many years in the industry of gaming, a lot of the devs just stay there to make money. They don't have the guts, probably, to. They don't have the creativity. They don't have the talent to just have a good idea, put the idea down, and try to make the money. So these guys are saying that the team of Larian was of around 400 people, and it was in a really good spot to do this game because the team had experience and resources. And this is partially right, only because like the team did Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. And so they had the experience on this kind of games. But what they're missing about this story is that before Baldur's Gate 3, that is now considered the best RPG ever, Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2 were considered almost in the same way, two of the best RPGs ever in the history. And the developers didn't have 400 people working at the game at that time. And this game still went and did very, very well. So what you need to learn here is not that you start with 400 people, if this is exactly true or not, I don't know, and you make a game as Baldur's as immense, crazy, with high quality as Baldur's Gate 3. What you need to learn here is that you start from scratch, slowly, you make a pair of good games, you get money, and then when you have better resources, you can make games as Baldur's Gate 3. You can say to me that EA, Ubisoft, Bethesda, maybe even Square Enix, if they would like, they could make something like this. I say that you need just two things. And these two things are a good idea, and of course, some people that are able to work on the idea. Okay, so you need talent, ideas and talent, and people that want to work. And the second thing is this. You need to early access. when early access started, a lot of people were not so happy about this kind of practice. And today, after Baldur's Gate 3, we can say that Baldur's Gate 3 will really change. If developers, if people will understand this thing, this will change the industry of gaming, and we'll start getting again a lot of games with very, very, very good quality, and not shit that is just sold to us to grab our money. Okay. Early access. So early access was used mainly for games that are usually multiplayer, and the problem is that they give you these free play games and you just do the same thing over and over again in that game, and they just try to change things during the week or during the month to prevent you from running away from the game. And but the reality is that yes, you keep doing the same thing over and over again. Okay, if you do an action game, it's much easier to do compared to a RPG game, because you are less statistic, you have less thing to focus on. Okay, with an RPG it's harder, but what the RPG gives the player is the chance to have extra longevity, because for every build you can make and for every choice you can make, you can possibly start the entire game over again, and do another playthrough that can be completely different. They can feel completely different. This is a very similar sensation than what you play when you play a multiplayer game. You feel like you're doing something different. So the RPG genre, it is probably harder to do, especially at this level, works very, very well with the early access. So why these guys won everything? Let's see what they say about the developers said. There are good ways and bad ways to do early access, but I do think we are doing it the right way. The point is we support our players long into the early access, long after launch, long into the game's lifespan. Unit Originals 2 gift, final gift bug wasn't very long ago. I feel pretty strongly that not only is the value there at day one of early access for $60, but the value of your dollars exponentially increases year on year in extraordinary ways. This was proven with Divinity Original Sin 2 and Baldur's Gate 3. It's a new start of a similar journey from the same people. They did the same with Divinity Original Sin 2. So you have to spend the same money you will spend when the game will come out, but will manage to play different versions of the game. Things will change. You will be able to experience different builds. So you will be able to play a single player game for years. The early access was on September 30 of 2020. 2020. It's been around 3 years. There are people that spend $60 and play Baldur's Gate 3 for 3 years, and they will keep playing Baldur's Gate 3 even more. Instead, there are early access games that are free, but then they try to make you spend money on cosmetics and things like that, and you can still monetize Baldur's Gate 3 with cosmetics if you want. You can still monetize, you can still get money. But people enter the game, they find good quality, and meanwhile, in 3 years, you make the game bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you have a good idea, you can start from scratch. you can make an early access or an early access, for example, for half the price, if your game is not even complete. For example, Baldur Gate 3 has 3 acts. You could make an Act 1 and make the price 20. Then you could make an Act 2 and raise the price to 40. Act 3, raise the price to 60. Then take 2 more years to polish the game, and then finally launch the game to $60. So you got money while you're working at the game, people are trying the game, and then you release the final build, and the final build of Baldur's Gate 3 add much more content into the game. So again, yes, you spend $60 and you're playing for more than 3-4 years at an amazing game. Every time you feel like everything is new. You keep learning new things. The game is deep. This is the future of gaming. This is probably the future of single player games. Again, if you're not making an RPG, it's much easier to complete the game. But if you want to make an RPG, you can. RPGs are actually very similar to multiplayer games because are games that makes you able to try different things over and over again. Every new build is like playing a new character on a multiplayer game. It's a new experience. So this is the secret between Baldur's Gate 3 success. They just made it early access. They managed to get some money while they were developing the game. They worked with talent, with passion, and now we have the best RPG ever made in human history. This is the lesson. Not early access to just grab money from a game that has nothing to offer. They say, we believe in this game, you have to spend $60, but we'll keep making the game better and better, and every time you will feel like playing a new game, new experience, and enjoy a game that is very huge, and that you can play for more than 3 years. Everyone should take an example. A lot of AAA developers and game developers, game houses could do the same. If you're scared to do such a big RPG, make it early access. Just make it early access, let the game play, then develop the final version, then drop the final version, and that's it. If your game has variety enough, people will keep buying the game, and you'll get these rates that will force people into looking into the game, even if they're not interested into an RPG. And Baldur's Gate 3 is not a perfect game. Be careful. It's not a perfect game, but it's still so amazing that he got such a score. It's probably much better as an example of the score, of the rating. Well, thank you everyone for taking a look at this video. This is what I wanted to say. I hope I made my point clear. They want everything with early access, and that's it. That's just the truth. I'm no Jake. Take a look at my socials. I'm streaming Baldur's Gate 3 right now on Twitch. So if you want, you can find me there. Yeah, leave me a like if you want, comment if you want to talk about something, and enjoy the game if you're still playing the game, and have a nice day. Bye bye.